save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady, all new tomorrow at 9 on Fox.
Man, there's Case Keenum looking over the plays. And,
here it is.
From a wily old vet,
the Cleveland Browns team against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Gets rolled up on one. Mike Daniels has been having a whale of a game.
That's
we haven't
right.
Talked about him much, but he's been very, very disruptive.
The Cleveland Browns team against the Cincinnati Bengals.
You compete, you want to win, you're going to fight your butt off, but we're not trying to get injured.
Go Cleveland.
Mike Daniels, as I said, 10-year vet, recognizing you play as hard as you can to the whistle. Nothing crazy, nothing illegal. And it's just, been a good match. Really good matchup.
Great stuff. Browns leading by 11. Coming up next, America's Game of the Week on Fox. Playoff spots and positioning on the line. 49ers take on the Rams, Saints and Falcons, Seahawks, Cardinals. Check local listings for the matchup in your area, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Some huge games coming up later today. Rams clinch the division with a win or a Cardinals loss. The Niners clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Saints defeat.
You know why I'm excited? Because the 49ers beat the brakes off of the Rams. Remember that Monday Night Football? They thought it was going to be a cakewalk.
Evans able to spin away. Avoided the first tackle attempt.
It was all about Stafford and the defense and blah, blah, blah. And the 49ers just waxed them. So I can't wait to see that game. I want to see how the Rams come back after getting throttled by them the first time around.
That's Jordan Elliott pointing to his right knee.
Yeah.
Tennessee has scored.
Somebody's down.
Their lead to 10 over Houston, 28-18. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth in their game. Bengals heading to the postseason. Joe Burrow celebrated during his collegiate days at LSU. And again after Cincinnati clinched the AFC North.
I love it. I love it. That's how you want your quarterback to be, man. I had Drew Brees. I was lucky to have a quarterback that was fun like that, man. You know, it's one thing to, yeah, I get it, face of the team, etc. And it's another one, you just want to be with the boys. You want to be one of the guys. Now, all that being said, this is really what you want. You want your quarterback to be best in completion percentage, best in yards per attempt, second in QB rating. That's what you really want from your quarterback. That's why he's smoking the cigars and having a lot of fun, and everyone's buying in.
He set franchise records for passing yards and touchdowns in one season. Sitting this one out due to a combination of a right knee injury and, quote, rest. That is how it was listed on the injury report. On the screen, it's Evans, but he is met immediately by Jacob Phillips.
I'm frankly surprised that Zach Taylor's running this play again. They had all kinds of issues off the edge with the edge or the defensive ends and then just sniffing it out. Jacob Phillips runs right around the offensive lineman and just bombs Evans for that nice tackle.
Speaking of Zach Taylor, how great was it last week? They clinched the North, and then less than 2 hours later, he's at his son Brooks' basketball game.
And he was more happy about that than actually clinching the North.
Might have been equal. Third down and 10. And the catch is made for a first down by Trent Taylor on third and long, gain of 15.
Well, that's a nice throw, good-looking throw by Brandon Allen. This is why they like him as a backup quarterback. They know he has an arm. He has the athletic wherewithal to be able to make those types of throws. Finally being able to showcase his talents on that throw.
5.5 remaining. New set of downs for the Bengals from their 40-yard line. This is Evans. And we head down to the field. Check back in with Lindsay.
Yeah, Kenny, head coach Zach Taylor, he's happy that Joe Burrow is at home, that he is resting, that he is able to catch up on a bit of a break. And Joe said that, you know, the mental component, the mental relaxation is just as important as this physical break, because he said during this week he's been maintaining his treatment program, but also he has been watching film of potential opponents for next week. He told me that he had watched 2 or 3 full games by the time I talked to him. He was, as he put it, exploring all options, gentlemen.
He's just getting a lay of the land, you know, surveying what's out there.
He may be watching more film this week than you.
I don't know about that one, Kenny. I actually was putting in work.
Now Allen going deep. I know you've been a big fan of Joe Burrow dating back to his days at LSU.
Really have been a big fan. I actually, when I was working for the other network, I made the mistake early on in the season of calling him a game manager. He goes and rips Florida defense for like 300-some yards and just went on a tear after that. And ever since then, I've been a huge fan of Joe Burrow. You see the images, him and Jamar Chase. They've developed such a great relationship. I remember they talked about back in college 10,000 throws. They wanted 10,000 of everything so that they can master their craft. And you can see how it's paid off now doing it at the NFL level.
Jamar Chase earlier today setting the franchise record for receiving yards in a season. Does it as a rookie. Timeout taken by the Bengals. Chad Johnson now number 2 on the list. But what a combination they should be for years to come. And don't forget about T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd.
I know we never talk about the T. Higgins is a phenomenal wide receiver in his own right. It's just that Jamar Chase gets all the credit, gets all the love, deservedly so. But T. Higgins is a force out there.
Higgins over 1,000 yards this season, 74 receptions, 67 for Tyler Boyd, who led the Bengals in receptions each of the last 3 seasons prior to the arrival of Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd, he's been the one now really working that slot position for them when you need that third down completion, playing off the leverage of those nickel cornerbacks. And then T. Higgins, I just remember watching him at Clemson. Those Clemson days, he was phenomenal. He brings those talents over here to Cleveland. So, you know, they've assembled a really, really nasty young group of talented quarterback and receivers.
And then you have Mixon in the backfield.
Oh, God, how could I forget?
3rd down and 7. 4.5 to
Roll
play.
camera.
Allen fires over the middle. Wide open, it's Taylor. And Trent Taylor picks up a Bengals first down. Took a hard hit at the end of the play. A gain of 26.
Yeah, and this is what I like from the Bengals offense. Trent Taylor, he's reading the coverage as he's running and realized I just need to settle in the middle. The Browns were trying to run this kind of inverted cover 2, and as soon as you do that, you're going to have the middle of the field open, and what a shot. Oh, boy.
MJ
My
Stewart.
goodness. MJ Stewart laying the boom.
Under 4 minutes remaining. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Belma, Lindsey Zarniak in Cleveland. From the 31, Allen rolling right, and then he dumps it off to the tight end Wilcox to Los Angeles for a game break. Carissa.
Thank you, Kenny. Well, if this holds up, it looks like all roads lead to the Titans blocking up that #1 seed in the AFC. Tannehill to Julio Jones, 3-yard score. Titans in front. What's the 8?
Here it is.
Kenny?
The Cleveland Browns team
So
against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Through Nashville.
That's right.
Titans hang on.
The Cleveland Browns team against the Cincinnati
Have
Bengals.
taken the lead over the Ravens, 12-10, with under 3 minutes
Go
remaining.
Cleveland.
Would be in with a win, a close loss, as long as the Raiders-Chargers game does not end in a tie later tonight. Allen to the end zone. That's incomplete. Looking for Mike Thomas. Here's Jamar Chase, who set the record earlier.
There he is, Mr. Do-It-All for them. He can catch the deep ball. He can catch the intermediate routes. On that play, just caught a quick little wide receiver bubble screen. Takes it for the or shouldn't say the distance, but really the distance to break the record.
The franchise record was held by Chad Johnson. He also holds the NFL rookie record in the Super Bowl era. Back in 1960, Bill Groman of the Houston Oilers finished with 1,473 yards. That's 18 more than Chase this season. When we spoke to Zach Taylor yesterday, he said in his mind the franchise record is the priority.
Yes.
The number 2 priority is keeping him healthy for the postseason.
Exactly. He had right in that order too, right? He told us, look, we're going to give him a shot to get those 12 yards and break it. He did that, and he said right after that, we want him out, we want him healthy and ready to go for next week.
It's now 13-10 Steelers over the Ravens. Baltimore would be eliminated with a loss. How about the Steelers? Ben Roethlisberger still could have an opportunity to play some postseason football.
Get him!
Here's Allen on first down, and that pass nearly picked off by Jacob Phillips.
Wow. Now this was an option route. Trent Taylor is running an option route. Him and Allen definitely not on the same page, and that ball was thrown so hard.
Intercepted.
He didn't have enough time to react. He was about to start going with Trent Taylor to keep that coverage, and then that ball is right on him. But Phillips has made a couple nice plays in this series, and so far that Browns defense, they have kept the Bengals in check.
The biggest shock of the day is Jacksonville 26, Indianapolis 3.
That's unbelievable. Would have never thought that.
Colts had a tremendous second half of the season after the 0-3 start. Allen's pass to the end zone, and it's M.J. Stewart defending.
Force him in the field goal range.
2:37 remaining. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Houston again, close to within 3.
Look at that, 28-25, 4 minutes left in the game.
They trailed that game 21-0.
No quitting. That's what I love about these divisional matchups. Don't care about playoffs and seeding and who went to the Pro Bowl and all of that nonsense. You want to beat your division opponent. That's the first thing you're taught as soon as you get to any of these franchises.
Get him!
There's Allen on 3rd down. Ducks it off. Inside the 10, down the sideline, Evans. And he steps out of bounds just inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, so this is interesting. If the Bengals kick this field goal, as you see Chris Evans trying to put a stiff arm, tiptoes his way out there to the 4th down. If the Bengals kick a field goal, they're down by 8. Right? And it looks like they're going to go for it. Zach Taylor's not bringing on the kicking team, but I would rather kick the field goal, be down by 8, try to get the onside, and then go for a touchdown. If you don't get it here on this 4th and 1, it's a 2-score game, and you have one timeout left. Force him in the field goal range. Technically 2 with a 2-minute warning.
Play clock winding down, and now the Bengals use that final timeout.
Their final timeout.
Baby Bengals this season, first team in NFL history. 2 receivers with 1,000 yards coming into this weekend, under the age of 23. And then you add in Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon. First team in NFL history, ready for this, Jonathan, a 4,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher, 2,000-yard receivers, all 25 or younger. The future is certainly bright.
About to say,
in Cincinnati.
Zach Taylor has set himself up for the future. These next 5 years, if you can keep all of those guys, unfortunately, the business side may take over and contracts and people wanting money, but wow, this is a great assemblage of talent that he has to work with.
Remember, last year they were the only team in the division to miss the playoffs. They win the North this season.
Yeah.
4th down and 1.
Best turnaround in football this season.
Get him!
Allen on 4th down. Catch is made by Evans for a Bengals touchdown. So they go for it on 4th down, and it pays off.
And now they naturally go for 2. And where have the Bengals had success?
Impossible.
It's been out on the perimeter, out on the edges today. And listen, they haven't had much success. Browns defense has played very well. But when they needed something, Brandon Allen getting out on the edge, flanking the defense. Chris Evans gets the touchdown, and now they're going for 2.
Trailing by 5. 2:26 remaining.
I see this matchup one-on-one with the linebacker.
Get him!
Now it's pass incomplete, so it
Yes!
remains a 5-point game.
No, they were not on the same page there. He had Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor went right out to the flat. The two receivers up top, they were doing, their quote-unquote running a route, but really just blocking, getting in the way of the defenders. And I don't really understand where Brandon Allen and Trent Taylor missed. It's right there. He has them. He has them. So I've seen that run many a times. Brandon Allen's supposed to throw it out to Trent Taylor. He's not supposed to sit down. Trent Taylor's supposed to keep running towards the sideline like he was doing, and he's talking about it. Just keep going. He's right. They weren't on the same page.
Indianapolis now trailing Jacksonville 26-11 with 4.5 remaining.
Still got time to score a game for Indianapolis I'm referring to, and it's a one-score game right here. Bengals with no timeouts. They're going to go for an onside kick. Still have the 2-minute warning.
Come on, Cleveland Browns.
Oh, it's loose. It's still loose.
Now, what kind of a play is that?
Bengals say they have it. Officials attempting to get to the bottom of the pile.
It's the Cleveland ball.
What's going on down there, Jonathan? At the bottom of that pile.
A whole lot. That ball is probably exchanged between the Bengals and Browns 4 different times now. Meanwhile, nobody wants to get up. The ball
Come
definitely
on,
went
guys,
10 yards.
get
I
up.
love that no one's getting up. Officials still haven't pulled guys off the pile.
And no Browns are signaling that it's gone their way.
No, not
Only
at all.
Bengals.
Come on, guys, give it up. This is weird.
I mean, at some point, the officials got to get these players off and figure out who's holding on to the ball. Uh-oh. Got the Boo Birds coming out.
Now,
Kind of agree with
Benedict's
that.
telling the players to get away.
It took them a little while. I guess they wanted the ball to exchange another 5 more times down there before they started pulling the guys off. Looked like they just signaled Browns football. Nope, nope. There we go.
Whose ball is it?
It is official, Kenny. Browns.
How many officials does it take to get to the bottom of the pile?
They're
Yes!
still fighting.
Clock to 2-2-3, please. Cleveland ball, first down.
Yes! Cleveland's ball!
It's Harrison Bryant that couldn't field that knuckleball, kicked his way. Well, he does get back in there, and there's the scrum. Donovan Peoples-Jones getting in there. Let's see. Looks like A.J. Green was the first Brown.
There's screen 38.
In there, and then nope, it slips out behind him, and then it looks like Harrison Bryant is over there trying to hold on to the football. He was the one that couldn't field it the first time. He gets right back in there. Looks like he's trying to hold on to the football.
Bengals out of timeouts. Clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. There's Johnson. So now it will wind all the way down. Pittsburgh and Baltimore now tied 13 apiece in their game with just over a minute remaining. Battle of Ohio.
Now that was a long dog pile.
With the Browns leading by 5.
Dog piled for the ball.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage.
Oh.